Hi, thanks so much for spending your time with me today. We're looking at number 17 in Nathan Ost's 21 Lip Flexibilities for Trumpet. This is the first volume. There are two, so check them all out. This is an interesting one. I'm just going to try and play through it. And here's the metronome tempo. So it's 8 notes, that's the quarter note beat. And let's see if I can do a credible rendition of this for you. So I made a mistake, and there are several ways to deal with a mistake when you're practicing. I can immediately stop, which I did not do. I made a very quick correction, backed up a little bit, and went through it again. And that's what a lot of people will do, and there's nothing wrong with that unless it becomes a habit. So it's actually a great discipline, especially when you get to the point where you're trying to encourage your ability to play through consistently at a level of quality that you're proud of. Then it's a good way to, you want to eliminate those mistakes and not just back up, because you can't back up in a performance. Well, I just did a performance and I messed up the time, the sense of the movement, because I made a mistake and I kind of corrected it and then went on. So I hope you didn't find that as annoying as I did. Or actually, I hope you did find it annoying, and then you won't do it when you notice that you're doing that yourself. But a lot of times, when I notice something like that, I'll go back and, I see where I made my mistake. I'm not hearing it correctly. Now, those two bars, it's all, C, E, B, the third, fourth, and fifth notes in the groups. D-da-da, D-da-da, D-da-da. And the upper notes change. So that's interesting. So I'm going to see if I can hear what's actually happening with the upper notes in the whole piece. So I'm going to play, this would be every 2 beats, in most cases, and show you the melody with just the first note of each group of 4. Now, isn't that much more calm than what we're hearing? Yeah, it's a lot busier playing it the way it's written. But if you actually concentrate on the first beat of every group, sustain it, even, I would say, lean on it. I'm gonna try that. That really helps me, because now I'm feeling the structure, kind of the bones of what's going on here. I'm not thinking individual notes. I'm playing it as, I'm giving myself a little bit of a break with the time. When I emphasize the notes, I'm not doing it by forcing, but trying to let the air flow freely. So I'm kind of leaning on the notes. That really seems to help. And I think if I did that a few more times, it would start to feel easy to play this. But since I'm pretty close, I'm going to challenge myself with something else. And if you've been watching my videos for very long, that I like to, when I'm practicing, I like to establish something with a certain degree of control. Not perfection, but it's like, oh, this is consistent, how do I know? Because it's fun to play. Now I'm having a pretty good result, it's not frustrating. It's like, oh, this is fun. I'm just enjoying the process. And then I raise the bar a little bit. So I'm going to raise the bar by articulating this. Oh, there I made my mistake. Same mistake that I made the first time. I still don't have that in my ear correctly. So Now, I'm embarrassed, but I stopped, so like, calm myself down. I see. Yeah, even though I go up to the B, so this is, for me, this is about pattern recognition. And patterns is kind of what music is made out of. And in a lot of music, the patterns are predictable for a while, and then there are sudden changes. This is some of the most interesting music that we listen to. If you're listening to jazz, for example, there's straight ahead, blues, right? And that can be enjoyable for a lot of reasons, but the harmonic progression is very simple. And then you hear some things, giant steps and things like that, where the harmonic progression is not so predictable. It's really moving around. And so that creates a kind of musical curiosity and an engagement, because it's not what was expected. So these patterns are fun and can really help you. But first thing is, see if you can get it so that it's pretty close. Now, I articulated, that was fun. I might try it double tongue. I might try it single tongue K articulation. If these are within my capability, that's the way I would practice. I'm also going to add different dynamics. So I might just try forte on the top note. Interesting, that was fun. Then to challenge myself, since that's very straightforward, it's, the accent is on the beat, I would try di-ba-di-da-di-da-da-da-di-da-da-da. You see what I'm saying? Now that way you're not playing the same thing every time. You're playing the same patterns, the same pitch patterns, same interval relationships. I'm playing it at the same tempo. So pretty close to the top marked tempo. So then I'm going to start playing it at different tempi, especially at the extremes. How fast can I play it without losing control? Or losing control a little bit and maintaining the basic expression of music, playing beyond what I'm capable of doing, and keeping it clean, but not exclusively doing that. That's just like a test. And then coming back and playing it very slowly, which forces you to concentrate on the line much more. I'm just going to do that now because I'm feeling self-indulgent. So thank you for being patient. So that has a totally different feeling of movement to it, even a different expression. Even though it's the same notes, the same patterns, the same basic harmonic structure, it just feels completely different. This is the wonderful thing about musical expression. It's we as human beings, we're bringing our own feelings, our own intuition to the process. So I strongly encourage you to experiment, but not until you have the amount of control that allows you to feel like you're having fun. And then you can experiment. I encourage it. Okay, one thing I'll mention and then I'll let you go. This starts on an A above the staff. And this is similar to, I think I've recently done a video on Charliade number 2. And I wasn't sure whether I actually wanted to do that since it gets played so much, but there's a little scuff on the note, right? So you got to have a lot of people will make that kind of mistake. That'll be difficult. And anybody who's played the etude, and a lot of you have, you know that that's one of the most difficult things to do. But it shouldn't be difficult. If it's always difficult, then we have this kind of, this flinch reflex where we're already mentally trying to protect ourselves from the disaster that's going to happen when we start playing the first note. So I'll just give you a very simple advice, passing it on from my teacher at Oberlin, Gene Young. He said when you make the initial attack, you're already sustaining the note. You can hear the note in the room. You can feel the air flowing. You can feel the lip vibrating. And you hear the sound. And when you do that, if I'm thinking about what I'm doing physically, I'm almost always going to have difficulty. But if I just let my body remember what it feels like to play that note, then I have a lot more success. Now, if you can't do that, just play the note, and if you crack it, don't worry about it. Stop in between, reset, and do it again. Practice these initial attacks. Now, this is just common sense, and I hope a lot of you are doing that. Do it a breath attack first, and sustain the note. If you feel insecurity at the beginning of the note, that's part of the process. Until you can simply step into the note. That's what you're trying to cultivate. So I'll leave that for you to work on, and I hope you have fun. This is kind of a lifelong process, and thanks for joining me on the road. I'll see you next time, and please explore my channel if you have a few moments. And there are a lot of different kinds of things on there. I hope you will find something that's very useful and appropriate for your situation. See you later. Bye-bye.